All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another post-fight discussion video. All right, y'all, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and talk about both bantamweight fights last night, since one of them was real short. And since both of these performances are kind of neck and neck as far as, they're kind of at the lower part of the bantamweight rankings, I just want to kind of compare the winners and see where they go from here. All right. So as y'all know, first fight we had was Chiasson Nunes versus Chelsea Chandler, and the second fight was the rematch between Kianzad and Macy Chiasson. I'm 1-1 on this one. I kind of went back and forth because I usually pick Macy. I usually go with Macy Chiasson, but I was kind of feeling like her performance might be a little flat again in 135. So last minute I gave the edge to Panny, because I thought that maybe she would make the right adjustments in this fight and maybe her boxing and her power would be effective against, Macy if she came in flat. But shout out to Macy, man. Her body looked good. Her drive looked like it was there. She was ready to go, mentally there. She had that killer instinct in her eyes, so I give Macy a lot of credit. So hopefully she can keep that consistency up this time, be consistent with her, her performances and her training. But, I think it all comes down to her just staying on weight and staying close to that weight, 135, because there's no 145-pound division anymore. As for Chelsea versus Chiasson Nunes, I had to go with Chelsea Chandler. I felt like, she had the more well-rounded game, coming in the bigger, stronger fighter. And, when it comes down to it, I think Chelsea, she's comfortable everywhere. She can bang. She can strike. If it goes to the ground, she'll welcome that. Her jiu-jitsu is getting better. And Chiasson Nunes, I didn't really think that she was going to come in and be this ground threat. The only thing I felt she had was the power, and that's all she did really have in this one, boxing and the power, because she did connect on Chelsea a lot, but Chelsea just had the ability to land more and even, clinch and maul and go to the ground. But real quick, looking back at the first round, yeah, Nunes, she put on a lot of forward pressure the first round, landed some shots here and there, but I think Chelsea did a good job of measuring her range and just landing harder, longer shots every time Chiasson came stepping in, swinging. Chelsea was catching her, she was stepping back, landing some nice long shots, just clipping clipping Nunes with these shots and landed some nice front kicks to the stomach on Nunes too, which I wanted to see Chandler land more of. She would just kind of throw that front kick to the stomach, and they were effective too. I would have liked to see more, because knowing Nunes doesn't really go for takedowns because she didn't really have a ground game like that, she didn't have to worry about the leg getting caught. She could have just kept kicking her into the stomach until probably she could have stopped it with those shots. But I thought the first round she controlled it well with her long shots, and when Nunes would step fully in, she kind of slowed the pace down, tied her up, leaned on her, and put her in the cage and mauled her a little bit. So I thought Chandler won the first round. Second round, Nunes, she started off solid, though. Man, I thought a stoppage was coming because she did catch Chandler against the cage, and Chandler kind of got knocked off balance with some of them hard left hands, but she took a step back, regrouped, and then in this round eventually got the fight to the ground and, had the top control as well as, controlling the back of Nunes. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She has that plan B to go to. If somebody going to have her in trouble, she'll create that distance and make that adjustment. Nunes, on the other hand, depending on that power and not being able to mix it up with even like some leg kicks here and there, that's kind of her downfall. So I thought Chandler, she edged that round out. She stole that round, after, a rough start. Third round, though, that was a banger of a round. This point, Chelsea, she was bleeding from the nose from them shots from the second round. I thought Nunes, she was catching up to her this time with those straight overhand lefts. This round, Chandler was kind of stepping into the power hand instead of circling like she was doing in the first round. That's why, she was getting caught with more left hands against the cage as, Nunes was being relentless. She was looking for that stoppage. I mean, she was catching her, but Chandler was taking him. Chandler started pumping her jab out to try to create that range and land her own left. But I think that, Nunes, she won the third round. I thought she did a much better job of letting her combinations go, body into the head on Chandler. But it wasn't enough to win the fight. I think Chandler, she took the first and the second. I had it 2-1 for Chelsea Chandler. Yeah, from here, I think that Chiasson Nunes, her downfall is going to be her ground game and her takedown defense. Everybody knows she's going to come in there banging like that. So they're going to look to take her down, whether she steps it up against Miesha Tate or goes down to Melissa Dixon, Macy Chiasson, any of these girls like that. That Russian Ronda, she likes to bang too, but, she has that judo. So if she gets caught, any of these girls get caught, they're going to take her down. So she has to be wary of that, So that's kind of where I'm questioning Chiasson Nunes right now. Bantamweight, much better than featherweight for her, but I don't know where, she's going to, whether or not she'll make it to the top like that. She didn't really work on that ground game. As for Chelsea Chandler, I think she just needs to tighten up on a few things as far as, her striking, her, as far as, being a little bit more rhythmic, letting them shots, just kind of flicking shots out at time. Don't always load up and, pump that jab out more, let that long jab out. Cause, Chelsea, she's long for the division. I would like to see her work more like tie clinches too, knees to the body, create more of a body attack, just use that long jab. But yeah, knowing that, she can strike and go to the ground, she's not afraid. As, she continues in the division, I think she'll get better and better because, she's working on both. Chelsea does both. She'll work on her jiu-jitsu, she'll work on her boxing. She's mixing it up, not just focused on one thing. So from here, now that she won this fight, 135-pound kind of an open division, she could fight down to get better, improve her skills, or fight somebody like Miesha Tate to get that type of experience. But we'll see. Or fight the winner of the next fight I'm going to talk about. Macy Chiasson, she got it done and won against Pandy Kianzad, repeating history again. Like I said, I kind of gave the edge to Pandy based on the weight, but Macy Chiasson, I got to give her credit, man. She came in here, did her thing, was looking good on the feet as far as like stepping around and avoiding the power and the pressure of Pandy Kianzad, and just had some nice sweeps and, scrambles on the ground, and was in this fight. She was in this fight, and that's what I was really impressed with. She didn't look weak. She wanted to go for it. I could tell she had that killer in her eyes, like I said, that she was coming for Pandy, when the fight started. But I was like, it's too late to change the pick now. But, but anyways, Pandy Kianzad, she came out letting her, she kind of dictate that pressure, letting her hands go, let some good shots off in the clinch. Like she backed up Macy Chiasson, clinched her up, landed some hard shots to her face. And then after that, she kind of got some good work in a takedown. And I was kind of surprised why Pandy, went for the ground here, because it was just like, I know she's been working on him and watching training and everything, but I figure Pandy's boxing would have been more effective. She went for that takedown, and when she got it there, she landed some hard shots. She did land some hard shots. Like she was on her back, and she had Macy Chiasson in the guard. She was landing some hard right hands to the face. She was like cracking. I was like, is this going to be like Curtis Blades versus Almeida? But this ain't heavyweight, She landed them hard shots and tried to go for that armbar attempt, but she lost it. So when they got back up, Macy Chiasson, she gets her own takedown on Kianzad. And, Kianzad, she's doing well here. Like, she was getting that top control, trying to hold Macy down. But, Macy's big. She's trying to get her down and keep her in that side control. But Chiasson, she had a nice sweep around to the back and stayed on it, man. When she stayed on the back, Pandy Kianzad, she couldn't get her off. So as they stood back up, she walked her back a little bit off the cage, tripped Kianzad, got her down, locked in that rear naked choke just like last time. And that was it, man. So when I saw it at that point, I was like, okay, Pandy, she's not ready for this now, man. I was like, she's not going to defend this again, because the way Macy locked this in, you could tell she trains for this. She knew what was coming. She was like, I got this. Forearm slipped in, and boom, she got it. So yeah, man, once again, Macy gets it done. That was a good fight for her to come back off of. I know like it's a higher rank too, but it was a good fight for her to come back off of, after almost 2 years off. She needed that confidence builder. From here, she wants to step up her game. And like she said, she wants to go on a title run, maybe after another fight or two. The way the division is going now, I'm not mad at her. Like I was kind of thinking she might need to take a time, but I was like, not really now. Like you could just go in there and fight Ketlin Very if she's ready and move her way up and, see where it goes from there. Because it's kind of open. It's kind of open like that. I know I was thinking that Chelsea Chandler versus Macy Chiasson, that would be an interesting fight. But if Macy Chiasson wants to fight up, I think Macy might want to eyeball Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison winner. Why not? She's been in this division for a minute. Might as well make the fights count, right? And I think that'll kind of give her that motivation. So we'll just wait for that winner of that fight, right? So right now with the way bantamweight is going, it's kind of a mix. Sometimes you want to see the vet versus the vet, or the person that's already kind of polished. But with the way the division is going right now, it's kind of open game where the prospects, they could come in and beat some of the older heads now because they've been around for so long. Like one of Melissa Dixon could come up there and beat somebody like Miesha Tate, or she could come up there and beat somebody like Irene Aldana right now because they're just a little bit fresher now, you know. Or if Macy Chiasson got the chance at Rocky Pennington, she in a rematch, she might have what it takes at this point, you know, if they just stay on their game and you know, they just study these veterans that have been around. Chelsea Chandler could pop up into the top 7, you know, pop top 5 by the end of the year, you know. You just never know. That's why it's just like it's really hard to say where bantamweight is going right now, because there's fighters that have been here for so long, but they can still beat some of the prospects. They just got enough. Like the skill gap is a little bit wide, like it is with 115, you know. Whereas flyweight, I feel like the girls are evolving much better, like where they can come in and retire some girls. You know, Karine Silva can come in there and change things. Macy Barber can change things. Aaron and Manone already taking over the top 5 now, you know. So that's what makes it just a little bit different with this division. I think a lot of people kind of get turned off with it, but we'll see where it goes from here. You know, we had some action last night. I can't complain on the level they were on. You know, Chandler won her fight. Chiasson won her fight. Jacqueline Amram, you know, good finish for her. So we'll see where it goes from here, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think of these fights. Macy Chiasson waiting on the winner of Holly versus Kayla. I think that would probably be her next best thing to do. Or if she can get Ketlin Veria, why not? All right, let me know, guys, what y'all think. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.